Oh my. Oh my god. There's so many people in the chat. Oh my god. Watch them gather. The teeming horde. Good. We shall unite and rise up against all the world. They will crumble before our kindness. Yes. Oh, that's an interesting idea for a villain. Hello, everybody in chat. Thanks for joining me today. Always a pleasure to have you here. Kill them with kindness, yeah. Kill them with kindness. Oh god, now I want to play a character that's like this. Like, good aligned, but is convinced that they are actually evil. So, speaks and behaves in evil ways, but it always ends up with good results. Ah. Righto, well then, gentlemen and ladies and everybody. We are here, gathered today for Mars Guiding Hand. Just a few seconds to launch. Might as well blast through the names that I see in chat. I see Cassius, Ninehammer, Arctic Blizzard, Reaver, Froxus, Pale Master, Trontonian, Allgreen Paradox, Ninehammer, Kiso Thunder, Jay, of course. I don't know if Jay's still here, but good to see you, Jay. Space Lord! Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get on in here. Hey, Gamer Cabot. Hey, Gar! Good to see you, buddy. It's not a good one today, Reaver. I was pressed for time. Who goes there? Yeah, alright. Anyway, let's just do the darn thing. So... Greetings, champions, and welcome to Mars Guiding Hand. I am Mars, and this is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a free-to-play, officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons formation strategy game from Codename Entertainment. On this partner stream, we take a look at all the latest content, discuss strategies, and answer any questions that you may have about the game. So get cozy, get yourself a drink. I have 3. It's about average for me. And join me for a couple of hours as we take a deeper look at all things Idle Champions. Now, this week, today, is February the 10th, 2021, and we are going to be going over, for the second week now, we're going to be going over Grand Revel, the current event in Idle Champions, Year 4. It's going to be cool. We talked a lot about this last week, but we're going to continue talking about it this week, like for anyone who may have missed stuff from last week, or anyone who just wants a recap. You know, now that we've had a week to think about Hew Maan and their placement in, like, the meta of the community and all that, yeah, we're going to be talking about all things Grand Revel, all things Idle Champions, so it's chill. I see so many of my friends in the chat already. And please, 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 let me know what you get from this chest. I want to know. And is it an Electrum chest now? Because I think it's supposed to be an Electrum chest now. Ah, Lauren! I'm so glad! I'm so glad that people recognize this. Yeah, I thought about mixing it up today. I got the shirt in a few weeks ago, and I realized, like, I haven't actually worn this on the show yet. I should at least wear this one time. So yeah, this was a shirt for the Trevor Project, which was a really cool thing. You can look up, Google. That's D&D supported. And I thought, like, oh, heck yeah, I want to support this. You got a Stokey Blue you were missing. Fantastic. 100 gems. Nice. Yeah, Lauren, I gotta get the rainbow ampersand. I don't have that one yet. I've got this one. This is cool. This is darn cool, but I don't have the rainbow ampersand yet. Yeah, I'd really like these Electrum chests. It feels so special to have these. Okay, so I don't want to waste any time. I'm going to reset my current adventure here. And I'm going to move us over to Grand Revel. And we're going to do some Missing Merchants, Hew Maan. I think what I want to start with, honestly, is just kind of like cycling through free plays, just to show, like, we've done this a few times, just to show like what it looks like to do just like running to 50, reset, running to 50, reset with like an optimal speed formation and all that. So I'm going to start with that, and then I think what I'd like to do is change it up to be a deep push after we do a few runs like this. Okay, so I'm currently rocking... Oh, where is it? 2.01E29, Soon's Favor, in the Grand Revel Year 4 event. And so that's going to be enough for me to pretty much instantly level everyone to getting their specializations on Stage 1. Oh, you're welcome, Iron Chef Wookie. I love hearing what people actually get from stuff. Reaver, you got a blue potion but can't remember what flavor it was. Well, probably heroism, right? So, like, I don't know. I think we discussed on Garwar's stream once what all the flavors of potions would be. Really, like hive-minded what the community would think the potions would taste like. And I cannot remember what we came up with, but I think Giant Strength ended up being kind of gross, because it's got a giant's fingernail in it. Heroism makes me think it would actually taste good, though. I don't know. I like blue. I just really like blue. Fire Breath, definitely. Spicy. Spicy, spicy. That was the Modron Okori Unlock stream. Yeah! Cool. Yeah, that was a good time. I'm glad you could remember that, Wraith Priest. I did not. Alright. And I think I also want to turn on some speed potions for this, just to make it go a little faster. I'll put these in as just Stage 1. Okay, and I'll go ahead and just activate a couple manually here, so we can really just get this firing. Let's save a familiar onto Hew Maan's ultimate as well. There we go. Because Hew Maan's ultimate makes them go fast more. So now we're just going to really just tear through this stuff. Nice. Okay, so now we've got this pretty much going on automatic for a while. We got time to chill and chat. So, how are you guys doing? How are you liking the event? How are you liking Grand Revel Year 4? How's your gear hunting going? You might recall on my show last week that I already started gear hunting for Hew Maan, and I ended up with, I think, these two epics? Or I ended up with 2 epics. I don't remember which ones exactly, but literally the rest of that day, I just did more grinding for Hew Maan, and I ended up with 5 epics on day 1. The only one I'm missing, slot 2. Slot 2. You want to say 1 and 4? Nice. Yeah, those are good ones. I mean, ultimately, I want all of them. The one that doesn't really matter is slot 5. All of the rest matter. Definitely, slot 4 and slot 6 are probably the most important, but outside of that, you do want all of them. Maybe just, I don't care about slot 5, though. But yeah, I really like Hew Maan. I think Hew Maan has a pretty obvious placement in the meta. as just a go-to obvious speed champion that really doesn't take very much investment or puzzling out in your brain to figure out how he really works. Or they really work. Because it's multiple people. Multiple kobolds. A go-to, obviously, human speed champion, yes. Yeah, that's right, we got Electrum chests now. They're special. Ah, yes, Nanny Poo Poo. Okay, and now we're already on round 2. Sweet, that only took a couple of minutes. Okay, so, let's see. Right Hunger, you got a question. Do all y'all hang on to your new champ chests during an event toward the end? Or do you open them as you get them? I tend to wait. So, there's kind of a division in the community about, like, how to do that. I think it's considered optimal to save all of your chests until the end of the event, then open all of the silvers, and then open all of the golds. For the event champion chests, I mean. I don't do that. I just open them as I get them. I don't care if it's silver or gold. I just open them up. Well, I had some people asking what today's tea is. Today's tea is a green tea with honey. And, of course, I have my water. But I decided to mix things up a little today, and I also have apple juice over ice. It's an unfiltered honey crisp apple juice. It's very nice. Haven't had apple juice in months. It's good to mix things up every now and then. Ah, yeah, we already got a gold one. Let's pop that baby open. Proof of friendship. That's adorable. It's signed Penelope. Ah! Oh, that's so cute! I love that. I see there's some Apple opinions in the chat here. What do I think about people who use auto-clicker? Depends. Do you mean scripting, or do you mean just an auto-clicking program? Because there is a definite distinction there. My fancy Logitech mouse that has extra buttons on it and stuff. It's my first time ever having a fancy mouse. It has an auto-click mode. Look, I'll show it with the auto-progress button. I hardly use it, though. What do I think about people who do that? You know, it's play the game. Just play the game your way. If you want to play the game with auto-clickers or with scripting, that's fine. That's your choice. I mean, if C&E was, like, staunchly opposed to auto-clicking and scripting, then we wouldn't have a scripting channel on the official Idle Champions Discord. It's not a competitive game. It's ultimately a single-player game with a very strong, tight-knit community around it. So, whatever your style of play is, just like if you prefer to optimize your formations or you just play casually, it's fine. Just enjoy the game. I don't see why we should all play like gatekeepers, saying like, "Oh, you're playing it wrong." No, it's just enjoy yourself. Whatever, it's a video game. Oh, Gar, you like apple juice too? Just never cider? Ah, I like cider. Yeah, some kind of like asynchronous co-op thing is coming. Something like that. I'm very interested in. Very much so. Looking forward to that. However that actually ends up going. What are the chances I'll actually pull a shiny for Hew Maan today? That would be wild. Gar says, I'm not even sure they know what it is yet. That seems to be the case sometimes. Yeah. Rogers So overall, do you think it's better to do a 50 and reset, or play to your wall and reset for new player? Go to your wall. If you're a newer player, go to your wall. It depends on, like, how new you are. So it's kind of like... I wouldn't say it's a binary yes or no. It depends on a lot of variables. Have you just started playing this week? Unlock the characters, and really, I wouldn't invest in the event much more than that. I would just, like, get the characters and then go back to your permanent campaigns. Like, keep pushing up through Grand Tour of the Sword Coast, Tomb of Annihilation. Keep playing, like, the base campaigns and, getting gems and unlocking the evergreen characters from those campaigns. Once you've, gotten more characters and more gear, you'll be more well-equipped to push far in your next event. I wouldn't really go for, like, pushing as hard as you can for your very, very, very first event, but maybe second one and onward, depending on how dedicated you are to the game and all that. Billiam Smith says, Hew Maan has been on the board since I got him. Nice. Yeah, for sure. Hew Maan is great for speed, so I see myself using them a lot. Basically, anytime I'm not streaming, or I'm not doing a specific, like, variant or something, or playing through patron variants or whatever. Like, if I'm just grinding, which is 95% of the time, then I'm going to be using my speed team, and that means I'm going to be using Hew Maan. What happened to Hew Maan's ultimate cooldown ability? What do you mean, what happened to it? Hew Maan has an ultimate cooldown item, not an ability. I don't remember discussing a ultimate cooldown ability. Oh, wait. No, I do. Vaguely. Let me look for that. Was it, depending on which column Hew Maan was in. Well, of course it resets right as I start to experiment with placement again. Aha! This is it. Okay. So as long as Yasa is on top of the stack, then you have the Faster ultimate. The Kobolds pepper a random enemy with bolts, reduce any active ultimate cooldowns of all champions formation by 25%. That's cool. Yeah, I forgot about that one, because I've pretty much only had Zerang on top because I just keep them in the front for speed. Well, let's actually talk about Hew Maan. And this is probably going to get interrupted from the adventure resetting cycle as I'm going, but we'll just open up the character sheet and talk about them more. Okay, so, Hew Maan. Hew Maan! That's a good champion. I'm sorry. Lawful Evil, Kobold, Human, Rogue/Bard. Support character. Age 67, which I'm still convinced is actually just if you added up all of their individual ages together. Maybe that's how they arrived at that. The speed is in Hew Maan. Alright, that's pretty good, Gar. Okay, so 11 strength, 12 dex, 16 constitution, 12 intelligence. I just have a +1 intelligence feat on him. 8 wisdom and 16 charisma. Oh, that's right, all 3 plus the cloak. Yes, good. Good. We can share puns, Reaver. It's not a competition. Gar can have puns too. It's good. Right. So, bio. Zrang, his twin brother Klebe, and their brood sister Yasa began their Icewind Dale existence stealing gems and dreaming of being respected by the locals. And I remarked on this before, but I'll say it again. Respected, not feared. That's cool. I wouldn't have expected that from, like, lawful evil kobolds. Would have expected they wanted to be feared. You know, like a big fearsome dragon. Not respected. I like that. Inspired by their mentor, Jarlaxle, because you know he's a good influence, they stand tall to form Hew Maan, who is totally a human and not on a nefarious mission to steal all the champion stuff. Yeah, that's great. What a fun idea for a character. Oh, boy. You know, it was funny enough when they threw in the 3 kobolds in a trench coat in Icewind Dale. Like, I remember seeing the art for that when the art was first, like, publicly revealed, I think on a stream, and I was like, oh, that's amazing and hilarious! It's official art, and it's so well done! Oh my god, that's so cool. And this character actually shows up in Icewind Dale, and then they actually, like, put Hew Maan, or, sorry, just the kobolds in a trench coat, like, conceptually into Icewind Dale as an NPC. It's really, really funny. But now we actually even went a step further and have them as a full-blown champion. That's really cool. Okay, let's talk about their abilities, because this is the most exciting thing about them, besides the incredible concept and art. People talking about the +1 intelligence feat for Hew Maan, it's definitely worth investment, just because you... In my opinion, you want to prioritize eligibility for variants and patrons. Because those are the real, like, meat and potatoes of idle champions, is clearing variants and clearing patron variants on top of that, which have even more restrictions, right? So the more you can cause a champion's, like, eligibility for variants and patron variants to increase, the more valuable that champion is to you. So I would argue that the intelligence feat is one of the most important, if not the most important, for Hew Maan, just so that you can, you know, use them more often. Anyway, starting off with teamwork. Depending on where they are placed in the formation, which takes some getting used to, but, you know, it's not too complicated, a different kobold takes the top spot in the trench coat and provides a different buff. Starting with Zrang, that's old Icebeard, I suppose. Enemies have a 109.7% chance, that's just for me, personally, because of my gear and leveling and such. So let's just say X%. Enemies have an X% chance to drop double quest items or count for double quest progress. So this is the core of their speed mechanics. There's some other things on top of this, but like this is kind of the big one here. Then we have Cleave. This would be for the middle columns. Zrang is in the front. Cleave would be for the middle columns. So I'll just move Hew Maan back here, and now we'll see that Cleave is the active one. So I'll put Hew Maan back at the front, just so we can keep going fast. For Cleave, it's increased the damage of champions against boss enemies by X%. If the boss has hits-based or armor-based health, successful attacks destroy twice as many segments as they normally would. So that's another speed mechanic, but it's situational, right? This might be more useful to you, depending on the situation you're in. Like, I could see an argument being made for this if you're in Durable Deep, or the one that's like Durable Deep except it's Drow. It's all Drow. It's one of the more recent ones. I don't remember what the name is. I just refer to it mentally as Durable Drow. Anyway, I can see an argument being made for that being more useful there, but in general, Zrang is probably better to have on top for purposes of going fast. And then finally, Yasa, for the back column, increase the damage of champions in the 2 columns in front of Hew Maan by X%. And it even tells you who your current top kobold is right below that, so that's really useful. It's a little difficult to read, this like gray color for the text over the black background. Maybe they could go with a different color? Cyan or something? I don't know. Something that's a little easier to read. Maybe that's just me. I don't have great eyes for color. Next is one of my favorite formation ability names in the game, which is, "Hello, fellow humans!" Increase the effect of Cleve and Yas's teamwork abilities based on the number of human champions in the formation. 1 to 3 others is 100%. 4 to 5 others is 700%. 6 to 7 others is 3,100%. And 8 to 9 others is 12,700%. Yeah, Calavera, I realize the color matches the Kobold scales. And I think that's an amusing touch. I think that's good in concept, but not in execution. Because like I said, it's just difficult to read it on the black background. Maybe if there was a different background behind it, or like if the text was also highlighted to make that stand out more. I like that they went with that idea, but I think just in actual execution, it's just hard to read, and that's not good, because in my opinion, you know, visibility is important for a video game because accessibility is important for a video game. If I'm having trouble reading this, then I imagine a lot of other people are having even more trouble reading this. Anyway, pushing that aside, it'll tell you what your current stacks are, your post-stack bonus, your post-stack multiplier, and your total bonus for the Hello Fellow Humans ability. Now, I haven't really played around with this very much, but we might today. Because I am thinking once we get to the last run of just spending all these tokens here, we'll just change that into a deep push. So we can try to, maybe we can crack 900 with a Hew Maan formation. That would be really cool. Anyway. Next is Carefully Balanced, which increases the effect of Zrang's teamwork ability by X% for each champion adjacent to the kobolds. Stacks additively, and then applied to teamwork multiplicatively. It'll tell you how many stacks you have and the total bonus. So for me right now I have 2 stacks, so just 2 adjacencies. Because you'll see that I have Minsk and Melf right behind Zrang. And that is causing me to have a total bonus of 119.5% currently. Then you'll get the Impressive Coatwork ability, which increases all their teamwork abilities. And please stand by. The 2 kobolds that are not on top provide lesser buffs passively. These abilities are not buffed by Hello Fellow Humans. So, whichever one you have on top, they don't get their bonus. The other 2 do. So this way, it's not that the kobold on top is the only one that matters. You'll have different combinations of kobolds that will change how the champion functions. It feels kind of like we have 3 champions all at once here that you have to pick between. It's kind of cool. I like it. I'll say this also. Beetle and Grim. That's 2 champions that switch out, so they function as 1 champion, right? 3 kobolds in a trench coat. That's 3 characters, 1 champion. I'm just saying that I'm noticing a trend here. And I'm looking forward to seeing just how ridiculous this goes. 20 characters in 1 slot win. Let's just get these numbers up. An army of commoners. Yes, peasant railgun. Does anybody know the peasant railgun from old like 3rd edition silliness? Anyway, and then you unlock the ultimate, of course. Oh, we haven't actually said what the Please Stand By effects are. So for Zrang, if Zrang is not on top, then you'll get Zrang's bonus, which is that boss enemies move 25% slower. Okay, that's fine, I guess. If Cleve is not on top, which is current for me because I have Zrang on top, so I have Cleve and Yasa who are not, so I have their passive abilities. Anyway, for Cleve, hits-based enemies have a 50% chance of spawning with 25% of their hits already gone. Rounded down. That's fantastic! I love that. Yasa reduces the base attack cooldown of champions adjacent to the kobolds by 0.5 seconds. Oh boy! Hopefully, I don't need to, like, explain why this is really exciting stuff. because obviously the faster your champions are attacking, the sooner you're going to clear stages that have enemies with segmented health bars or armored hit points. Likewise, if you can just simply have a portion of those segmented health bars or armored hit points gone when that enemy or obstacle spawns, that's going to make you go through those stages faster too. So you see, there's multiple speed mechanics at play with this single champion. It's amazing. 21 skeletons in a gelatinous cube is a fantastic idea. That's great. A displacer beast as a character which actually occupies an adjacent spot than the one you place it in. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know about a displacer beast as a champion, but I could see a cloak of displacement being a major item for a character that then engages a mechanic that makes them count as not being in their own space, but instead being in a different one. I could see that. That would be really cool, actually. Oh my god, can you imagine? It's breaking my brain thinking about how to organize a team like that in regard to using other mechanics like Archon Usurp or Artemis Observe. Boy, that would be weird. Of course we have room, Star Chaser. Get in here. Thanks for joining us. You have green tea as well? Excellent. Cheers. Welcome. Always a pleasure to have your company with us. Yeah, so we were just talking about Grand Revel Year 4. We were going over Hew Maan. And we should go ahead and pop open some of these Chestaroonies. See what we get. Homeowner's Badge. Cleave's Arrow. Laundry Day Cloak. Alright, come on, last epic! Come on! Okay, great! I'm done! I'm done. Oh my god. I've never managed this on stream! I just realized this is the first time that I've managed to finish an event champion during their event on stream. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, that's cool. So everything else from here is just gravy. No, don't turn off the stream! Yeah, it's pretty incredible luck, even for me, if I'm being honest. So, No! No! My button died. Oh well. Yeah, get in here. Love seeing the notification in the chat. It was so epic, the button could... Even the button quit. Okay. Hew Maan is also, like, the latest champion that I'm sure a lot of people would agree is worth investing blacksmithing contracts on. You know, now that I've actually finished him, I think I'll start saving my bounties for the next event. Yeah, it's time to start saving up again. Okay, so this will be the last speed run to get to stage 50, and once this resets and goes again, we'll just turn that into a deep push. We'll see how far we can get, and we'll start to build a Hew Maan formation. So requirements for this are going to be start thinking about it now, so we can you know, conjure up how to do this together. It's really fun. I like building formations with you guys. That's fun. Anyway, we gotta use Hew Maan. That's the number one thing. We gotta use Hew Maan. So we'll be using Hew Maan for speed mechanics up to the point that we need to switch them to being a support character. And then we'll, I guess, have to build the formation around how their support abilities work. Which is going to be... guess I want Yasa to be buffing the columns in front of Hew Maan. Okay. And I might want a ton of humans, possibly. And I guess I will want my DPS to be adjacent to get Yasa's Please Stand By effect going. Okay, just a silver, that's fine, because we're actually done hunting gear for Hew Maan. That's amazing. Tip for players bad at the game. Oh, Arctic Blizzard! Don't be so hard on yourself, buddy. Join the Discord. It's the #1 tip. Because it's a very friendly group. We're always there to give advice, answer questions. General tips, though, like just some general advice. How long have you been playing the game? Because if you're just kind of like new to it, then enjoy yourself. Don't, you know, bully yourself for being new. Like, allow yourself time to get good. Allow yourself time to enjoy it. I know I'm out of event tokens, Pale Master. That's intentional. Because I was just going to spend all my event tokens. And then get to the point that we are in our last run here, which is going to start as a speed run, and I'm going to convert it into a deep push. I feel like putting a large potion speed on might be going too fast. Haven't played in a while, have a lot of champs though. Oh, nice! Okay, well, in that case, you know, if you've already gotten your feet wet with the game, check out the streams. You'll learn a lot through osmosis, just watching the streams and seeing like what kind of characters are being used more often, what characters are being like talked about more often. There's tons of useful resources and guides out there on the Discord and the subreddit, so go to the social media sites for Idle Champions and check those out, because they're honestly really useful. And I make some of them, but Gar does most of the work. Should you have freely in? Yes, thank you! So that's what I get for paying attention more to the chat than to the game. Appreciate that, Arterine Paradox. Osmosis, is this an online lesson? Yes. Switch to deep run around 500? Yeah, maybe. Something around there. Is Talon for speed or just for fun? Talon is just for fun for me. Talon is the strongest support character in slot 2, period. And that's comparing against my Celeste that has like nearly 3,000 item level gear. Talon is the bee's knees if you want power in slot 2. The only thing about him is that he just doesn't really jive with my current favorite DPS character, which is Ashara. But that's okay, because, you know, one day Ashara might not be Queen DPS anymore. And someone else might take over. How's the math work with gear, ultimate cooldown items, and blessings? Can you show us an example? Oh, gosh. That'd be a much more invested answer. Let me circle back to that one. Lyra, do bees actually have knees? There's a bee graphic. This is a fun fact for anyone who might not know. Idle Champions has a placeholder image. If an image like fails to load, sometimes instead you'll get this charming, adorable little bee that doesn't show up anywhere else in the game. I think it's actually from Crusaders of the Lost Idols, and it just ended up in Idle Champions as a placeholder image. So sometimes when there's like graphical glitches, you might get a screen full of bees. And it's been a while since I looked at that, graphic, but it might have knees. Maybe. I'd have to take another look at that. Oh man, a Luke McKay comic on that would be amazing. I would love that. Luke, if you're listening. I think very few people would actually get that joke, though. Then again, he did do a comic about his aqua farming. Yeah, we have had a screen full of bees a few times. Mars, are you working on any new visual guides for the game? New ones? No. Always revising old ones, however. The Gems visual aid, GVA, that's exclamation mark GVA in chat, that needs an update for various reasons. Keyboard shortcut, I think that one's good for now. I don't think I need to work on that one at all, really. I think it's probably fine. And then, of course, Champions and Patrons visual aid. Just always need work every time a champion comes out. Always got to update that one. So I try to do it at least every 3 champions or so. More than that would be too much work. But do I have anything like else on the table right now for working on? No. Because I really want to work on D&D stuff. Write more one-shot adventures and publish them and such. Quick question, do speedruns and events cost an increasing amount of tokens? Yes, up to a maximum of 2,500 tokens. So it starts at 500, then 1,000, then 15, then 2,000, then 2,500, and then it just costs 2,500. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but there's someone driving around just in circles in my neighborhood. And it's very annoying to me. I'm hoping that you guys can't hear it. I don't want to have to yell at my neighbors again. Oh, Gar, you're working on upgrading the final boss of your one-shot right now. Ha! Nice. Have fun. I started working on the final boss of my next one-shot today. So, you know, look forward to that, Gar. Yeah, it drives me crazy. Not overwhelming. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Most of your crew is geared to the teeth. You need to see who else is needed for the formations. Been too obsessed with gem farming for contracts and bounties. Oh boy. Yeah, it's fun just to collect gear. Seeing everyone move up from nothing to white to green to blue to purple, shiny gold. Geared to the teeth is a good way to put it. In some cases, literally. Like, Korth bites people, so he's definitely geared to the teeth. Okay, so I said I would circle back around to this. How does the math work with gear, ultimate, cooldown, items, and blessings? Can you show it on an example? Yeah, so I'm not sure if I could. I might be able to. I've got to think about how I could even show that as an example. First of all, I'm not good at the math in this game. Math used to be my best subject in school. I haven't been in school for a long time. Other people in this community are much better at the math involved in Idle Champions than I am. But what I can tell you is that, like, ultimately, pretty sure Ultimates cap at 75% reduction. So, like, Brunor's Ultimate, for example, I think is like a 60-second cooldown normally, and it gets down to a 15-second cooldown because that's 75% off of the timer. I don't know if blessings take it beyond that. I don't think they do. I think it's just a hard stop at 75% off, but I could be wrong about that. I might be able to show that in regard to, say, event champions, because all of my evergreens definitely have their ultimate cooldown already maxed out. But let's say, like, Talon, for example. 120-second cooldown currently. Okay. I mean, I think it just does what it says on the tin. I think it just gives you whatever discounted cooldown that it states. Is there even a global for ultimate cooldown? I don't think there is. So I might not be able to show that off. I might not be able to show that off while I'm in this adventure at all anyway. Patrons? I haven't looked at patron perks in a while. Nope. Yeah, I don't think there's a way that I can show really how the math changes while I'm in this adventure. Since I'm already, like, committed, I've got the epic speed potion on, I'm already committed to doing this deep push. I'm not really looking to move to a different adventure to show off that math. Maybe next week, though. Since we'll probably be doing one of the permanent campaigns. Not because I know what's coming next week, but just because, like, typically, in between events, they release adventures or variants for permanent campaigns. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Greetings, C. Kennedy. Welcome. Cheers. Can you get shiny and golds without buying? Kind of. Shinies, definitely. So, shinies have a 1 in 1,000 chance of dropping from any chest that gives gear. Since I have 1,519 silver chests, for example, on average, I would get 1.5 shinies from this current pile of silver chests. Your mileage may vary, but it's supposed to be 1 in 1,000. It's just not guaranteed. Golds do not drop from chests. But sometimes, for special events, they are given away. There's been a few golden epics that have been given away in the past. I think the Celeste DLC pack is pretty often given away through various avenues. Donar's Slot 5 golden epic was given away for the weekly C-Team Challenges super event that went on for, like, months back in year 2, I want to say. And there's been a few others like that. Maybe, like, 5 or 6, something like that. I think there's a list out there somewhere that keeps track of all of the free golden epics that have been given out. You have 41 potions of polish, Elduin? Dang. You know, oh, it's funny. I technically have a potion of polish. It's nowhere close to me. I can't, like, grab it right now. It's way over there. But I actually have some clear nail polish because I'm trying to kick the habit of biting my nails. It's hard. That is one of my, like, #1 anxiety behaviors, biting my nails. A lot of people were asking last week, this is a good enough segue as any, a lot of people were asking last week why I was wearing things on my thumbs. Like this. And that is because I often also pick the skin on my fingers. Another anxiety behavior. So these are finger cots, they're called. And I'm using these in conjunction with the very extremely bitter tasting nail polish that I have to try to kick the habit. But boy, it's tough. Started doing it when I was 3 years old, so a lifetime of anxiety. I think it's helped. SE docs. I think it's helped, honestly. It tastes absolutely horrible. It's a specific nail polish that is made for the purpose of kicking the habit of biting nails. So it's good at what it does. I'll say that. Lyra, weird question. Good, my favorites. If there was an Idle Champions tin of biscuits or cookies, what flavor do you think it would be? Something frosted? I feel just because like I'm thinking Icewind Dale and other relevant things like I don't know, just the ice-capped peaks of the spine of the world. I don't know, for some reason my mind first jumped to something that has like something iced. So I'm not sure, honestly. A nice brown cookie, very like basic flavoring, maybe. Pancake flavor, Glacier. There we go. Let's start with pancake batter and turn that into a cookie. I'm sure Lee would be happy about that. We're starting to slow down a little, so I'm going to put on Epic Fire Breath, and we might as well... I mean, I'm going all in on this. Yeah, I'm going all in. Alright. Still trying to maximize on going fast here. So I think whoever guessed that we'd be switching over to doing like an optimization team instead of a speed team around 500, I think you're right. I think it's going to be around 500. Maybe 6, 5 to 6. Might just require that I move some things around in here to get a little bit more. How do I have so many items, Demon Lord Blaze? Because I've been doing this for years. Because I've been playing since September of 2017. Almost religiously. Just every day. It's my favorite video game, so I put a lot of time into it. But if your real question is how can you get so many items, like build up a huge stockpile, then I would say go grind gems and chests by just playing Mad Wizard over and over, set up a speed team for it that looks kind of like what I'm using, and just set them to go to like stage 30 or some increment of N plus 30 where N is the start of the story of the adventure, and just go on repeat over and 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 over. Spend all of your gems on silver chests, because those are going to be the most optimal for just trying to build up a huge stockpile of items. I stole duplicates from Gar. Oh, I'm sorry, Rival Evolution. I didn't catch your last question. Oh, I see. So, a lot of text. A lot of anxiety about new game modes. Patrons have to be one of those things. I can play the variants of the first two patrons, but I've been telling myself I just need to prepare a little more for a year and a half. But I still haven't touched patrons out of fear and lack of confidence. Any advice? Yes, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. You know, that old Shia LaBeouf meme. Yeah, just get your patrons going. Because the sooner you get your patrons going, even if you can't, you know, do like a ton of patron variants yet, you just have to do enough. If you just get enough going, you can start to get time gate pieces. Maybe you can start to get some Modron chests or some other useful things, and then maybe you can start getting some local and global perks. And then you just keep going. Like, you'll get It's just like anything else. The more you play, the more chests you get, and the more chests you open, the more gear you get for your champions. The more gear they have and items levels they have, then the stronger they'll be and the further you can push, and the more easily you can overcome barriers that are in your way. It's the same thing with patrons. Patrons just add another layer to everything. It's not really that bad. Certain variants are really that bad. But they get easier over time as the game continues to be developed and new characters come out and new mechanics come out that can help you overcome these specific barriers that the community largely struggled with before. My go-to example of this is that once upon a time, Azaka was incredibly difficult to unlock. That is definitely no longer the case. Now you can do it in a month if you play it every day. Like from start of account to unlock Azaka, you can probably do it in a month. Runecrafted, don't you need a minimum of like 30 champions to do patrons? I think it's 20. And I think that's just for like one of the patrons in particular. A null mentor. Question, how many familiars are needed for automation? Like 3? Put 1 on the field, 1 on click damage, and 1 on leveling up like a single champion. And I guess that's all you really need. Bare minimum, just have 1 leveling your champion. But I'd say having 1 on field, 1 on leveling click damage, and 1 on leveling a champion would probably be what you want to shoot for. Wraith Priest, you did the Marzawar challenge? Hey! Nice! That's awesome. And you got all the evergreens within a month. Including Dragonbait? If so, I mean, that's... Wow. That's incredible. That's even easier than I thought. Nicely done. That's honestly really impressive. Cheers to you for that. Wow. Jester Josh, you've tried to find something to list patron variants in order to release the easier ones to begin getting influence. Any suggestions? I cannot remember the name of the person who did this, but they did make like a guide to reasonably easy patron variants. I think that's the name of it. Look around for that. That might help you. I can't remember the name of the guy who did that. The name of the person who did that. But it's a pretty good one. I referred to it a few times myself. Reaver, CNE staff's gonna make you cry with how awesome they are. Aww! Good. I honestly love the company. I think Codename Entertainment is pretty fantastic. Hopefully, in my interview on Idle Insights last week, you guys could like feel the love and respect that I had just radiating out from me. Dread Cactus 2020, sorry to ask again, can I transfer my Armor Games Idle Champs to Steam without needing to restart from the beginning? Okay, so this kind of question gets asked a lot. While it is technically possible, it can only be done manually by the devs. You would have to submit a ticket, and then it's only in certain situations. It depends on a lot of circumstances. Like, I have heard just as many times of someone saying, yes, they moved my account because I asked them to, as many times as I've heard people saying, like, they did not move my account. It depends. Because it takes time out of their day that they could be using to work on the game itself. Like, they haven't even done that for me. Not that I've asked. Actually, I asked them to reset my account one time, and they did do that. I don't think most people would ask for that, though. Yes, could you please undo all of my progress? Thank you. Neil's reasonably easy patron variants. That's it. Thank you, Azudemi. I was oozing respect. Oh, good. Good. That was the intention. How far was I through the game? Oh, I had barely started. It was my Switch account. I had just started it, and I was going to do Gearless, and I accidentally opened the chest. Didn't mean to. Oh my god, Pale Master. If they did that, I would panic, and then probably laugh my head off, and then ask them to fix it. It'd be really funny, but there would be some initial shock and terror. Okay, so that last boss got a little slow. We didn't instantly go through it. So at this point, I may need to start moving things around. This is cool that we're already at 600 and we're only halfway through the stream. It makes me feel like we might actually reach like 800, 900 before the end of the show today, which would be awesome. Can you play this game on Switch? Yup! That's the latest platform that it was released for a few months ago. I think I actually got to announce that. Boy, the time flies. I don't remember. I had the honor and privilege of announcing the official release out of early access of the game, and I will never forget that they entrusted me with that honor. You know, we really need to start working on this formation. The fact that the enrage timer for that boss came up, that's not a good sign. Alright, so I'm gonna turn off auto progress for a bit here. Runecrafted, it would be a new account if you're gonna play it on another platform. That's what we were just talking about. It's pretty much always going to be a new account. You know what? Let's go all the way back to stage 1. If you didn't know, hold the shift key and then click on the little blue arrow and you can jump like all the way forward or all the way back for selecting a stage. Okay, so let's actually work on building a Hew Maan formation that's not about speed, that's just about using him as a proper support. Them. Alright, so I do think I'm going to start with a Yasa build for Hew Maan, having them in the back. And I want adjacencies in order to trigger the please stand by effects. Oh yeah, I don't get that one. I guess that one doesn't matter. Carefully balanced still kind of matters, I guess. Not really, though. Mainly just the hello fellow humans now, right? Oh yeah, and I will need to respec. Thank you very much for reminding me, Frexus. That's important. Let's respec Hew Maan. Okay, so I could use either, like, if I just keep using the same teamwork abilities, then I could just keep buffing coat work, like if I'm gonna invest in humans. But if I'm gonna use a different race, then I might want to switch to, did we say humans, we meant ... Yes, we're halfway through. How the time flies, though! These 2 hours are the highlight of my week. We're already halfway through them. Okay, let's see. Let's start with trying an all-human formation. I guess. Why not? Do you really have, like, enough good options for that? Let's take Helmvor's Will. I guess we may as well level Jamila, just in case. I mean, I suppose I could try her. Hew Maan here? Wolfgar. There we go. Sure, I'll just take flag bearer. Humans, no. Humans, yes. Taking the zone. Humans, Evelyn. Sure, call them from the other party. Humans, Dadius. Protection's probably going to be better anyway. Humans, Paulton is human and is also in this event. Humans for slot 3. Oh, well, Omen. Omen's good. We could probably work close allies. Celeste, it's an obvious human choice for slot 2. I'll just go War and respec her if I need to. And then Esmeralda for slot 1. Oh yeah, half-elf! Oh my god. Yeah, jeez. You're right, you're right. Omen is half-elf. There's a lot of undead in this adventure. We could probably just keep stay on target. Should we just mark everything? Let's go with we've trained for this so that I can free up her positioning. Just to make it easier to move her around. Because this is going to be a formation I have never built before. It's going to look weird at first. Yeah, Omen, sorry. Omen is half-elf, you're right. I forget about that. I keep thinking that we only have, what, like, Jaheira, Calliope, Averin, like those are the only half-elves. Well, in that case, there's still Naeli? I probably won't end up using Naeli then. Although I could, actually, because increasing the two columns in front, the second column in front is still one column behind the tank line, so I could actually use Naeli here. That is an option. Okay. Okay. So not you. Yes, you. Who's our DPS, though? Cadbury? Maybe we should just go Minsk? Minsk would be an easy one. Let's see, is that 3 adjacencies plus... Oh, this could work. Is that 4 adjacencies plus border? Yeah, I know. Yeah, Neris' sword is on Paulton because Paulton's secret DPS. Artemis. Artemis is a possibility. Okay, let's try this. This looks weird, but let's try it anyway. I guess we might as well switch to Cadbury. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna go Paulton's secret DPS, then we may as well just keep buffing him. Okay, let's have some fun. All in. All in. Go faster. That's enough speed for now. Yeah, we're gonna select human spec now. Whoa. Did it just go past his spec choice? Because it didn't bring up the window for it again. Did it automatically choose it? Okay, well that's the one I wanted anyway, so that's fine. Still weird. Okay. So, this is my first attempt at building a Hew Maan support all human formation. So we should be getting the maximum bonus for Hello Fellow Humans now. Looks like we are, yes. 9 stacks. Which gives us a total bonus of 9.10 E08% currently. You're right, I do have Modron Automation still on, but it's not going to matter if I don't have enough tokens to pay for a reset. I'll go ahead and turn it off to appease you, but it won't actually matter anyway. Okay, so my back column Yasa buff from Teamwork is currently giving 1.82 E09% buff. And then my Hello Fellow Humans is giving 9.10 E08% buff. It's pretty good. And we're still getting the Zrang and Klebe, Please Stand By, passive bonuses as well. Ooh, 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 ooh. Where am I clicking? That's where I'm clicking. Feats! We haven't talked about feats for Hew Maan yet. And of course I'm going to want to retool these for this formation. Okay, so let's, just buff Hello Fellow Humans. Okay. I can't believe we made a Paulton DPS formation. Accidentally. Since 8 humans work as 9 humans, you could put a Shara in to buff up humans. You're right! You are absolutely right. I could actually do an Ashara DPS here. Sure? Is that good? That's better. Esmeralda DPS. Oh right, my Celeste was not in the right position. Okay, okay, okay. And since we have... Oh, but I don't have a second tank out. Well, I mean, sure, I guess we can just keep going with Wolfgar tank. I'm just not expecting any real survivability from him here. Okay, well, this is definitely weird, but let's try it. Alright, so I guess this is... revised. Where instead of secret Paulton DPS, we're actually doing an intentional Ashara DPS. Investing in humans. What does the please stand by part mean? So please stand by is a set of passive effects that you get from whichever kobolds are not on top of the stack for Hew Maan. So if Zrang is on top of the stack, then you are not getting Zrang's passive buff for Please Stand By, but you are getting the passive buff for Please Stand By for Klebe and Yasa. If Yasa is on top, which is the case for me right now, then you would get the passive effect for Please Stand By for both Zrang and Klebe. Okay. This is going alright. Oh, you're welcome, Snoo Chains. Hope that helps. Yeah, basically the Please Stand By formation ability makes it so that it's not just the kobold on top that matters. All of them matter. The teamwork effect is for whichever kobold is on top. The Please Stand By effects are for whichever kobolds, plural, are not on top. And so in this way, all of them matter, regardless of who's on top. So you have to kind of pick and choose for the situation that you're in. the goal that you're trying to achieve. Which kobold do you want on top and which kobolds do you not want on top will change drastically how the champion functions, and thus what they contribute to your team. Let's get familiars on ultimates here. Ultimates are cool. Who doesn't like seeing big, flashy super attacks? When I go to place Modron parts, the select thing disappears and I can't select anything. I'm on PS4, how do I fix? Select thing disappears and I can't select. Well, I have had basically no interaction with the PS4 platform for Idle Champions, so I can't really give you advice on this. But I will say that if you ever encounter any problems, submit a ticket. Submit a bug report. Hopefully they'll be able to get that fixed. Okay, that's fair. Jester Josh, epileptics don't like the big flashing scenes. Yeah, true. But thankfully there are some settings that can be used to reduce things like that. Disable flashing and lightning effects, for example, and the screen shake. Not perfect. Could be better, but better than nothing. You want more screen shake. Yes, Hew Maan's ultimate also changes based on who's on top, or Hew Maan. It's an important detail of the character. Currently, their ultimate does roll out. The kobolds pepper a random enemy with bolts, and Zrang's teamwork is doubled for 30 seconds. Zrang? That's not right. Really? Even though Zrang's not on top? Why is Zrang getting the teamwork bonus? Shouldn't be. Okay, now it's correct. Now it's faster. The kobolds pepper a random enemy with bolts, reduce any active ultimate cooldowns of all champions information by 25%. Who do I have between Category and Ashara? Why, that would be Daddy. Dadius the Scarlet. In his Lich Dadius skin, which you can get from the gem shop, I believe. Well, since I'm using Esmeralda in column, we can respec her. Let's keep with Undead, and let's just increase the effect by a lot. Okay. Yeah, poor Mitch doesn't get to pretend to be human today. Yeah. Mitch, or Hitch, but for me, my flair, Hitch is Mitch, for short, shares a slot with Hew Maan. So since we are highlighting Hew Maan on today's show, no Hitch, thus no Mitch. Sad. But maybe we'll get back to using Mitch in the future. You know, it's funny. Some days it feels like I can't escape Idle Champions, and it thrills and delights me. A little spooky, but mostly all good, happy, positive vibes. I made a note so I wouldn't forget about it, but is anybody in this chat a fan of My Brother, and Me? It's a podcast from the McElroy brothers. If so, you might know what I'm talking about already. This week's episode of My Brother, and Me, episode 547. If you go to the 35-minute and 58-second mark of the episode, once again, that's episode 547, this week's episode. I think it's called Chili Wonka is the title. Then you will hear the voice of a very special guest that I was not expecting. Christina Ariel from our own Improvised Champions. And she even plugs it. She plugs Improvised Champions at the end of the segment. So there I am, just relaxing, listening to one of my favorite podcasts that I've been into for years, and then I hear one of my, I guess, coworkers start talking and thinking. I didn't recognize her at first. I was just like, oh, this person is really funny. This person's really a good guest to have on the show. And then at the end, she starts talking about what else she does, and she drops improvised champions, and I sit up real quick. What? So that was amazing. Not expecting that. It's a really funny segment about ice cream sandwiches and Ivan Ooze. So if that's amusing to you, go listen to that episode for her bit on it. It's really good. Might have overestimated it, slowed down. Yeah, it definitely slowed down. This is going to take some adjusting for the formation here. We're still clearing, but I'm worried about... I'm worried about Wolfgar. I don't think he's going to be able to really tank much. But we'll see how it goes! Oh boy. I switch things around just a little bit. Just a little bit, ooh. Just because I feel like it. Christina, Mark, and Aaron are all on the Dungeon Drunks podcast this week as well. Oh my god, yeah. I gotta listen to that. So cool. There's a million D&D shows out there, and I want to listen to all of them, and I don't have the time for it. Swap Paulton and Neris? Okay! That's bad. Because Paulton is only going to buff whoever is not adjacent to him. If I move him there, if I switch him with Neris, then he's not going to be buffing Ashara. Yeah. You know, speaking of... Oh man, really? Ugh, we're at 100 enemies piled up. If you didn't know this, and if you're like a newer player, once 100 enemies are on the screen at once, they start to enrage just like a boss does. So right now, you could think of it like I was fighting like 1,700 enemies at the same time. Definitely slowed down a lot. I mean, the fact that we've cleared 700, that's at least respectable. But given that, like, a dedicated Ashara DPS formation for me, I've been able to clear 900 consistently, this leaves a lot to be desired right now. Still, I feel like there is some meat on these bones with using Hew Maan, but it might just be worth it to just kind of ditch the Hello Fellow Humans buff in favor of bringing in other characters that just buff the party more. Do I run Olkoria with my Ashara? Honestly, I still haven't done that. I still haven't done an Olkoria buffing Ashara formation. The formation that I did for beating 900 consistently is Ashara with Potpourri and Small Folk as her bonds. Turns out my small-sized characters are really good buffers. If I can place them all. Yeah, this definitely feels like a wall right now, Pale Master, I agree. Like, we're kind of chipping it down a little bit. But I feel like Wolfgar or Naeli will die before I can chip it all the way down. Like, at some point, its enraged is just going to be high enough to one-shot one of my tanks. And then we're done at that point. So we may need to just start adjusting things. What happens if we bring in the big boys? Like Averin. One of the absolute greatest buffers in this game. Instead of, let's say, Neris, for example. Yep, that's dead. Moving on. Yeah, this formation is definitely not optimized for a deep run. I was just trying to see at first, like, what it would look like if I tried to build a formation that was, 1, have to use Hew Maan, and then 2, nothing but humans. And then we switched it over to using Ashara DPS. So, like, I am willing to fiddle with this, adjust things, and, you know, try to get as far as we can. But, with the caveat, we gotta use Hew Maan. Or else, what's the point? What's the point? I could do a deep push on my own time any day. For the purpose of Mars Guiding Hand, I'm gonna do this with the new guy, with Hew Maan. Watch out, or Todd will show up. I want Todd to show up! Are you kidding me? I would be honored! I would be, as the kids say, #blessed. I feel gross even just saying that. Yeah, swapping in Averin will do that for you. Honky Tonk Hero. I'm at my wall. I don't want to be at my wall anymore. Averin. Yeah, Koram, it would be boring if all I did was play optimally, right? Because then you would just see me using the same characters every single time. So, we gotta mix it up. All human formation. There's definitely a lot more humans around for newer players to be using. There's just a lot of humans present with, like, the starting, like, the core 12 plus Hitch. Yeah, this version of Averin is a half-elf. Yeah. Still, even without contributing towards Ashara's bonds, and even without contributing toward Hew Maan's hello, fellow humans, my Averin is still just an absolute beast. Even without gear, Averin is incredible. Definitely worth investing. Oh yeah, you gotta get more familiars, Shimada. Collect them all. 42 currently. Get more. Keep hyping me up and Todd will arrive in your stream. Yes. Good. I want that. You kidding me? More networking the better. I've made so many friends in the Idle Champions community, and I'm absolutely willing to make more. You should have seen my face when I saw the news about Todd's new position. Almost spit out my tea. Wait a second. I have to email Todd now? What? Any thoughts on the Electrum chess? Yes! I like Electrum chess. You want the 5-second version? I like it! It feels special. Genuinely, it feels really special. Because it's something new. And something rare. My show is one of your favorite podcasts? Podcasts? Thank you? Honestly, I for years I've wanted to break into doing podcasts. And streaming. So, streaming accomplished. Now I gotta break into the D&D streaming side of things, like doing a tabletop group. How many of the characters can be unlocked for free? Technically, all of them. All of them. We're up to 76 currently, AU Gamers Vlax. 76 characters in the game. You can unlock all of them for free. You start with 12. And then beyond that, there are other champions, evergreen champions they're called, which are permanent unlocks that you get for simply progressing through the game or signing up for the newsletter. And then there are the event champions, which can be unlocked for free via events and time gates, in case you've missed those. So yeah, you for real can unlock every single character in this game completely for free. It just takes time. Pale Master, that's a good point. I now have 7 humans and the buff is the same with 6, so I can put in something better to further buff the formation. Thank you! It's an excellent point. So I gotta think about who do I want. Probably Ayla. Ayla's pretty amazing. And who is the weak spot for my team right now as far as buffing goes? Who could I take out so I could bring in Ayla? Dadius is giving EO 9. Halton is EO 7. Dang, Ashara, that's huge. Esmeralda is giving EO 5. I might not care about that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be, I think we're gonna get rid of Wolfgar. Sorry, buddy. I like your outfit. It's very cool. But there are better tanks. It's gonna reset this stage with an Ayla. This should do the trick. And let's go a little faster. And let's hit a little harder. And let's have a little more health. And more gold. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So now I'm wondering, what if I did like this? And see, now I have some more neutrals around Averin here. Is that better? Yeah, Ayla's very strong. Oh, we only have half an hour left. Ah, I'm so sad. Oh, you know, kind of an elephant in the room we haven't really talked about. Who's excited for Unfair Seas? Because you should be. I am. We were talking about tabletop gaming group stream live production thingies, podcasts and live streams and such. Unfair Seas. We finally get our very own tabletop group for Idle Champions. And it'll actually affect the game? That's cool. If you haven't heard of it... Oh, you haven't heard about it, Garwar? Well, how about I tell you more? If you go to the Coding Entertainment website right now, it's their top blog post. Idle Champions presents the Unfair Seas. TRPG live play show where every cast member plays their character that's featured in Idle Champions with a different formation or cast for each adventure. And playing Idle Champions during the week leading up to each episode, we, the community, can affect the episode through the decisions that we make. And what if the events in each episode would then affect Idle Champions after? Oh boy. There is an extremely cool poster for this that's done by Luke McKay. It's probably one of the most impressive pieces I've ever seen him do. At least for Idle Champions. It's extremely good. We are still not killing this thing, and that's bothering me. Alright. Time to mix it up. Gromma. Sure. I'll take Arctic. In the end, debuffers always win. Isn't that just always how it goes? Who are the other players for Unfair Seas? Well, the cast that's shown currently, we've got B. Dave Walters as the DM, and then Aaron Evans, Christina Ariel, who I even talked about earlier, about My Brother, and Me, Mark Meir, and Vivid Vivka, and special guests Adam Bradford as well, and Redacted. So I don't even know who the other person is. Lauren, is it you? Don't answer that. But I will secretly open my heart. That'd be cool. Regardless, I will be tuning in, and you should too. I want to kill this flesh golem. I'll be honest, I'm jealous. I sorely wish I was involved in that project. But it just fuels my fire for making more D&D content. I think you'll like the next thing I have planned. I'm not sure about Esmeralda anymore at this point. Should I just turn this into another human, or another potpourri short folk Ashara DPS formation? Oh, I don't actually want Turiel, that was just like a reflex. Oh, it's dead. Okay. Well, we're definitely pushing forward again now. Thanks, Deacon. Speaking of, Deacon. Need to adjust your settings here, buddy. Let's take Troubadour Troop in place of Commons and the Boss. Okay. Oh, what do I have on freely? Ooh, yeah, I don't want that right now. Yeah, give me that. That's better for actually pushing. Okay, great. I'll probably need a different tank, right? I've got a Gromma set to Arctic, not Mountain. I'll probably need a different tank here. Oh, you know what I haven't done? I haven't pulled my own chest yet. So once again, as we point this out on every episode of the show, if you're a newer player and you don't know how to redeem chest codes yet, go to your chest opening screen, click on this chest icon right here, or unlock a locked chest button. It'll pull up this UI. Then you can type in, if you are on PC or whatever, you can type in the code to get ye chest. Give me something good. Okay, cool. I'll take it. Thank you. What's the best way to obtain time gate pieces? Patrons. Easily. You want to unlock patrons? Because then every single week, you can get a one time gate piece from the shop for each patron. And those really build up over time. Yeah, you can also copy and paste the code. They did include a paste functionality for codes, which is really nice of them. Obviously, that's not going to apply to every platform, but for those of us it does apply to, it's nice. Okay, so just switching a few people around here. This is already going much further. What are we capped on before? 600 something? And now we're in high 700s and still going? What happens if I bring in Wild Shape Tyrell in place of, oh, I don't know, Paulton, for example? Just my best tank, period. Look at that health! Look at that health! How can I win the chest? How do you, like, get the chest? Get the free chest? So you can click on this button here to go to your chest menu. Click on this box here. Then type in the chest code. Like, oh, I don't know. A chest code. Exclamation mark, whatever. This is not real. 3 more patrons? Oh man, then you get a time gate every week? Woo! That's a lot of chores to do. That's a lot of chores. I don't know. Hey, this is honestly, like, real question I want to ask the audience here. I want to poll my community in the chat here. What do you feel like would be a good number of, like, maximum patrons to have in Idle Champions? What do you think would be, like, the hard cutoff point? No more patrons past this number. 4, 4, 6. Any other opinions on, like, maximum patrons? I'm seeing a lot of 6s and a lot of 4s. Drag Cactus says 10? I'm seeing some 5s now. 298! I don't think that you can physically accomplish all of your chores for that many in a week. And I'm seeing, like, some that are, like, couched in details here. Depending on speed, more cores, infinite, depends on cores. I'm seeing some really good points being made here, but it seems like most answers here seems to range 4 to 6, like 4, 5, or 6, which I gotta say feels right to me. Cores plus 1 seems fair, but ultimately 1 per campaign. I like that. If we get another core, then more would be good. Yeah, agreed. More core, as they say. But who would they be? Well, Zariel would be really cool. Is that actually confirmed or not? I feel like I've asked that before. Jumbo Lolo, a boy can dream. A boy can dream. I know Tyrell's forces of good are not buffing, but he just has the absolute highest survivability for any tank for me. Gar says, honestly, I like the idea of having so many patrons you literally have to make decisions about which ones to do and which ones not to do. I get that not everyone feels that way, though. Yeah, honestly, Gar, I'm on that side. I'm with you on this, because I feel like there's kind of for lack of a better word, a poison in our community, with the feeling that you have to do everything. And if you don't, you're not winning. You're not playing the game right. I feel like if the design of this game moving forward were to make it obvious that you cannot, that it is impossible to do everything, then that might be the panacea that we need to overcome that sort of mental limitation, to get past that barrier. It would be liberating. It's like tough love applied to idle champions. I want to do everything. You can't. You have to pick. Okay. Yeah, and then maybe people would finally relax. Like, there'd be some initial pain there, but then maybe once we get past that, like ripping off the Band-Aid, maybe then... Pick your 3 patrons for this week. I like that. Ensorcelled, I like that idea. Choosing which patrons. Like, if you have a ton to pick from, but you can only choose a certain number of them each week, so then you have that feeling of control. Like, yes, you are limited on how much you're doing, but you get to pick which of those you're doing. Yeah. What if, like, 1 was randomized, or 2 were randomized, but you still get to pick 1 or 2? Kind of mix it up like that. That could be interesting. Bringing in that element of randomness. Because sometimes people have a really hard time choosing things. That took a long time to burn through that boss, but we finally got through the stage. I think we could clear 800 here. What if patrons had a passive boost? They do. They do. Global perks. Global perks are passive boosts for patrons that apply even if you're not in a patron variant. One of the most important reasons for investing in patrons, so you can get those global perks. Boy, it's a lot of Zambos. Cooldowns on patrons. Ah, that is interesting. I'm loving all these ideas that people are throwing out about patrons here. A quick rundown of my formation. Oh, sure. So, this is still not optimal. There's still some adjusting to do here, but currently, this is a Bond Humans and Bond Shortfolk, and now that I realize that, I'm going to respec Ashara because I want Potpourri and Shortfolk. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking! Look at that, E217! Now we're cooking! Power Bird. Activate! Right, so, I've got Power Bird in Potpourri and Shortfolk. Well, she only has 3 and 3 of each, but that's all she needs for it to be applying to herself. Potpourri is the most important one for Ashara DPS because she is herself an Aarakocra, so it's kind of like she's triple dipping in her bonds if you get 3 of each, and one of them is Potpourri. But beyond that, let's see, we've got Averin, who is just one of the best buffers in the game, period. So you just put him in the formation and make sure that his spec choice is set to whatever alignment your DPS is, in this case, neutral. I have Dadius in here, but I'm probably going to end up switching him, like, right now. Who do I want instead? Not sure. Stokey. Might go back to Dadius, but let's at least try Stokey for now. Let's do Korth. I'll do Rapid Training, and I'll move him here. Okay. It's fine. Freely's position doesn't really matter. Just another one of the better supports in the game. My tanks are Tyrell and Ayla. Tyrell is my absolute best tank, period. Because good luck killing this. And Ayla also very respectable. Also very difficult to kill, because the two of them both have self-shielding abilities. So, tons of survivability there. Ayla, on top of that, also is a debuffer, and her positioning as a support doesn't matter, which makes her very easy to use. Is there anyone else here we really need to replace? How are we doing? We're at 4 and 4, and then plus Averin and Ayla. So that might be really it as far as building up this formation. I could probably get a better tank in here, because Tyrell's forces for good are not going to be affecting Ashara. Wild Inspiration will, but not Forces of Good. I mean, possibly Briv. I can give it a shot. I don't have the best Briv, but we can try. That was a big hit to damage. Well, let's see what happens. What makes Averin better than Nova? It's just the numbers game. Go look at a spreadsheet sometime, how Averin compares to other support champions. And just notice how, like, on a graph, his buff is like this, and everyone else's is like this. Is Korth better than Donar? My Korth is. So we got about 10 minutes left in the show today. First, I'd like to thank for everyone for being here. We're not doing the outro just yet. I just talk a little bit. Hew Maan is really cool. I'm going to be using this character a lot. Maybe not for deep pushes. I'm not really sold on Hew Maan's capacity as a true support character, but as a speed character, undeniably good. Yeah, Briv's not working. Doesn't seem any worse than before, but not better either. The core champions for Ashara DPS. Well, you want to go Potpourri as her first bond. So Aarakocra, Dragonborn, Firbolg, Lizardfolk, Minotaur, Tiefling, Tortle. So I'd say Gromma is a definite good grab to get for this. Tiefling, so like Makos would be strong. Or Talon would be strong, but Talon's own buffing ability, Antagonist, is not really going to do Ashara any favors, because it can't target anyone neutral. It starts by targeting good, and you can switch it to targeting evil with a specialization choice, but you can't force it to target neutral. So, unfortunately, that could be better. Doesn't really work for Ashara, but works for some other champions very well. Oh, right, I was going to say that, on Idle Insights last week, I opened up a lot about my own personal history, both with Idle Champions and with Dungeons & Dragons. Oh wow, I didn't even have Tyrell's self-shield going. Jeez. And as a result of that conversation that I had with Dylan on Idle Insights, I actually ended up having a lot of people reach out to me directly, like on Twitter or on Discord or on Reddit, just messaging me to say how much they appreciated that, and opening up about some of their own experiences, traumas, and things like that. And I wanted to just take a moment in my show here to say thank you. All of you who did reach out like that, or even just made a comment in chat that day. I see you. I hear you. I love you. Thank you for being part of our community. I'm glad you're here with us. Cheers. You're in good company, don't forget it. You're part of us. Alright, I'll get off my little emotional soapbox there, but, just wanted to put out a little personal message. What characters are my favorite visually? It changes. Week to week, the answer to that changes. But right now, it's Nova in this particular skin, Valkyrian Empire Nova, is the coolest visual character so far. Yeah, we always have at least one moderator. But I think Jay isn't here today. So I'm not actually sure who's armed and ready as far as moderation goes, but someone is. Someone's doing it. I just don't know who. Yeah, I think we might be at our actual wall here. I'm going to tinker with this some more. Hey, look at that. We managed to reach E33. Nice. Might be able to get to E40. I'll make that my goal for this event. I'll do E40 for this event if I can. Because I haven't even switched. I haven't even done Azaka farming at all for this event so far. I've just been lazy, I guess. But I've really enjoyed getting back into Grand Revel. Grand Revel is, I guess, my best event, sort of unintentionally, like accidentally, just because I have full epicked Paulton, I have full epicked Havilar. Havilar was the first character that I ever full epicked during the release event, and Hew Maan I've also full epicked as of today, still during their release event. So, this is the one event that I've truly 100%ed so far, and that's a darn good feeling. Right. Let's start to wrap up. Oh, hi, Neoma. We're just ending. I'm so sorry. We got 5 minutes. There you are, CNE Games. I see you in the chat now. Keep an eye on things. Wink. Thanks for doing what you do. All right, let's start to wrap up. So, thank you, all of you, for joining me for this episode of Mars Guiding Hand. I hope to see you all again next time. It continues to be, and hopefully always will be, an absolute pleasure and an honor being here and doing this. Make sure to tune into all of our excellent shows on our channel here. Here we go. Let's see if I can do this in one breath. Champions of Lore, Improvised Champions, Champions of Psychology, Bardic Inspiration, Evergreen Champions, Crusaders Weekly, Idle Insights, Griddle Champions, Gar Wars Guide to Everything, Bushwhacker Weekly, GG2, whatever he's doing this Saturday, Mars Guiding Hand, and starting soon, The Unfair Seas! You can follow Idle Champions on social media. Please join our community, such as on Discord. Join the Discord! Exclamation mark Discord and chat. Get on it. Reddit and elsewhere. Oh, Gar's doing Champions of Renown Year 2 this Saturday. Nice. Have fun. There's some good champions from Year 2. Real good ones. You can find me on Twitter, at Ryan Blake Hall. I'm also very often found on our Discord. Thank you, Codename Entertainment. Just... I love doing this. I think that's abundantly clear at this point. I've got to change this formation. This is not working. I'll work on this and post the results on Discord later. Anyway, it's an honor to be part of the community and the game that I love so very, very much. And thank you to our wonderful moderators for all that you do in the chat, whoever you are today. And wherever you are in the multiverse, whatever experiences you've had, if you were one of the many who opened up to me about your life, or if you're not comfortable opening up about that, that's fine too. Just thank you, all of you, for being here and being part of our community. And stay safe. We're almost through this horrible nightmare. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Be the light. And I will see you again soon. Until then, look sharp. Now, how am I going to do this formation? That would be funny, Pale Master, but it's a wired mouse. Alright, later everybody.